Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Kai, and the good people over at Joby very kindly sent me their new Joby Wavo Pro microphone and their new Wavo Air wireless lapel mic as well, and they asked me to try them out and see what I thought of them. So all thoughts and opinions of these microphones are that of my own, and this is a totally independent review. And in this video we are primarily going to be looking at this microphone here, the Joby Wavo Pro. If you want to see more of this wireless lapel mic, then I'll leave a link to that video in the description below and the cards above. So let's kick things off with what you get out of the box. So this is the Joby Wavo Pro. It comes with an instruction manual. We have the Joby unit itself, the Joby Wavo Pro unit itself, a very strong, sturdy microphone body. The TRS cable directly connects into your camera from the microphone. Also, you get a dead cat, which is always useful outside, and you have your USB-C cable. This is primarily used for charging the unit, and that's it. Ergonomics wise, you have a really solid body connected to a Rycote, I think that's how you pronounce it, Rycote shock mount, and this strong aluminum feel hot shoe mount. You also have two inputs, one for your camera and also for an external microphone. Overall, I get a sense of quality from the housing of this microphone, more so than I did from the rather plastic Rode VideoMic Pro. So what are the specs like? Well, first of all, you get active noise reduction, which is written all over the body here. Joby actually state that this is a smart noise reduction and that it can tell the difference between noise from walking and the wind and remove these from your sound in real time. Now, this does have to be activated in the app, which we will cover in just a minute. A great feature, something that I love about this microphone, is the front mounted green LED, which lets you know that the mic is on and active. There have been a few times, more than a few times in the past, with my Rode VideoMic Pro, I forgot to turn it on, I didn't know, and I walked away with no audio. So having this functionality, this green LED functionality, is actually a great idea. Hats off to the team at Joby for that one. Also, you have LED lights at the back that turn orange and red to let you know that your audio levels are too high, so you can adjust them accordingly, although they are behind the microphone, so you probably will not see them if you're vlogging or shooting yourself. It would be great to get something on the front alongside the power LED that shows the user the levels are too high. Maybe something for Joby to think about in the next iteration of their microphones. Also, if you enter an environment that is noisy or someone suddenly starts shouting, you can hit this little button on the top of the mic that lowers the left audio channel by -10 dB, creating a second audio track as a safety measure. Another massive plus in my book for the Joby Wavo Pro is the ability to use this microphone as a USB plug-in mic for your live streams, Zoom and team calls. It really does make this mic much more valuable in my eyes as a content creator's audio multi-tool. And thanks to that USB-C port, you also get USB charging, so no need to worry about carrying extra batteries. I do, however, feel that USB charging can be a little bit of a two-edged sword, because even though you can cut down on a lot of battery use, you can't just replace the batteries when they are low or run out. You have to physically charge the unit up. Although on a full charge, Joby does state that the Joby Wavo Pro gives you 60 hours of continuous use, and it also has a smart power saving function that turns itself off when not in use. But again, you have to make sure that you set the auto power mode on in the settings using the app. And of course, we just mentioned the app. All new kit I review these days seems to come with some sort of app. And again, this microphone is no exception. So let's jump into the app here and talk about some of the features that it offers. So first of all, download the app and make sure you turn on your Joby. The first time I tried to do this, there was a few issues with trying to connect, but we got there in the end. After the initial teething of trying to get this to connect, it all worked out in the end, and now it connects quite quickly, and it's asked me to do an update. I'm just going to skip that. And straight away we can see the levels. I've got the plus 20 dB on at the moment, and you can adjust this accordingly down to 10 or down to 0. That's the A&R right there. If I go to the settings, I can also put the auto power mode on. This is really useful to help me save power when the microphone is not in use. Also, we can go into edit and we can edit the equalizer to modify the warmth, the clarity, and the presence of our voice. And really, this is so useful for those of you who want to use this for live streams or podcasts or voice recordings of any kind. So you can change these settings and see what works for you. So it all sounds great, but how do things actually work practically? Well, I took the Joby Wavo Pro out for a little bit of vlogging, so have a listen and decide for yourselves. How are you enjoying your sunny walk today in the UK?
I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
When was the last time? Do you remember the last time we had a sunny day in the UK? In the UK?
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago, but I'm trying to make it sound like it never happens. It does happen. It happens more and more. And we have climate change to thank us for that.
Yeah.
We have climate change to thank us. We have climate change to thank for that.
We had a really amazing, the best spring I ever remember was in 2020, because I have pictures in April of me in the garden in a swimming cosy with the paddling pool out and eating an ice lolly.
Very classy.
In April. It's never that hot in April. It's called April showers for a reason. And it was 2020, so as you know, 2020 was
the end of the world. I mean, yes, lockdown. I appreciate that recording in an empty park with no conflicting sounds is a rather simple test for a microphone like this. So what I've decided to do to make things a little bit more challenging for this camera is to come to the busiest road in the UK, over to my right here, the M25, which has multiple lorries and trucks and all sorts of massive cars and vehicles driving across it at high speeds. Very noisy indeed. And we're going to do a few checks now, just to see how it fares with the sounds next to this road, with all the cars and stuff going past at different dB levels. So we'll do one at 0 dB, 10 plus, plus 10, and plus 20 dB, and see how it copes. It's just going to be arm's length, as if you were vlogging. A pretty useful test if you live in a busy city and you have a lot of background noise. How does this microphone hold up? So let's get a little bit closer to the side of the road and test it out. Okay, so here is the first test, just outside the M25 right here, and this is at 0 dB. Let me just open this up a little bit. This is at 0 dB on the mic. It's quite windy as well, where we've kind of come down this little valley. So while I talk, you make a judgment call on how good this sounds at 0 dB. Now we're going to shift it up to 10 dB and see how that sounds. I've shifted it up to 10, and again lots of vans and trucks, and it's this is a vlogger's nightmare. But actually, this is a perfect test for me now to see how the sound is. Also, to let you know, I also have a dead cat on there as well. Now let's shift it up to plus 20 and see how that sounds. Okay, so now we are plus 20. Just to give you a few facts about the M25 while we're here. It is the busiest road in the UK. Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister at the time, opened this final section of road. And I have to be honest, I don't live too far from here, and it's very noisy, it's very polluted. A vlogger's nightmare, but in this instance it's not bad at all for this test. So you guys be the judge of the sound for this microphone on this busy road. Right, let's go get some breakfast. Recently I created a video for a competition for a Vietnamese car company called VinFast, and I used that opportunity to try out the Wavo Pro in the studio and compare it to my Rode VideoMic Pro. So again, you be the judge, have a listen and see what you think. Imagine a future where we can all breathe clean air. A future where climate change has been banished to the history books, and a future where fossil fuels are only found in museums. That would be an amazing future. And VinFast have taken a big step in the right direction to get us there. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm still recording using the Joby, is I'm going to swap it over to my Rode VideoMic Pro, and I'm basically just going to compare the two audio files using the same intro for my VinFast video. So we'll see how that sounds right now. In fact, let's swap it over. And this, if I just hold the mic up, what I'm actually recording on now is my Rode VideoMic Pro. And this is the audio that you are listening to now, so you can compare the two. Imagine a world where we can all breathe clean air, where climate change has been banished to the history books, and where fossil fuels can only be found in museums. So just for reference, this is the onboard sound of the Canon R6 directly from the camera. I know for a fact it's not going to be as good as an overhead boom mic, but I think it's just a good point of reference for you to hear what the camera sound is like compared to the microphones. So how much will this little pocket rocket of a microphone set you back? Well, if you go to the official Joby website, you'll be currently looking at spending around $300. That's about 260 British pounds, and on Amazon, it's pretty much the same cost. Investing in good sound is necessary for all content creators. We've all heard the adage that people are willing to sit and watch something with poor video quality, but they will not watch a video with poor sound. And obviously, Joby have realized this as they have released a whole new line of audio products very recently. The question is this worth it? Is the Joby Wavo Pro worth it? Well, comparing it to the Rode Video Mic Pro, it's almost double the cost. But saying that, it comes with impressive features that outshine Rode's legacy content creators microphone by far. But what the Joby Wavo Pro and Joby in general lack is a legacy themselves in the audio field. Will this piece of kit last several years like my Rode Video Mic Pro? Only time will tell. For now though, I am going to be using this Joby Wavo Pro on my camera setup, and hopefully it proves itself to be just as long lasting and reliable as my previous Rode microphone. So what do you guys think of the Joby Wavo Pro microphone? Are you interested in getting one, or are you looking at investing in something else? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, if you found today's video useful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell for notifications. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All that I've got left to say is stay creative, stay safe, imagine, implement, and inspire. And I will catch you next time on KaiCreative.